Hello everyone, my name is Alexander and welcome today to the channel. Today I want to talk to you about the Crucible and where it's at. I think the Crucible is in a pretty great spot. Shotguns don't feel overpowered, sidearms are great, and almost every weapon class and every super class is viable. But I think the pace of the game is a bit too fast in this current meta. Bungie has a great multiplayer which is very much enjoyable, but it has become more like Call of Duty and less like Halo. Bungie wants to make gunfights feel like you can turn the tide even though you weren't shooting first. I think they need to lower the time to kill with primaries, or at least some primaries, like pulse rifles and some auto rifles. I think hand cannons are in a pretty good spot where the rate of fire and accuracy is tied together, so you can land 3 precision shots and get a kill, but if you miss or if you hit body shots, it takes up to 4 and 5 shots to drop an opponent. Snipers could also see some work. From this past Iron Banner I picked up Waylorent's March, which has the second highest aim assist in the game. It is a fast rate of fire sniper, but it cannot rest snipe or take down a strong super like Sunbreaker. This is okay, high aim assist for low damage, but high impact snipers like Longbow or 1000 Yard have some pretty high aim assist. I think it should be brought down a tiny bit so it takes a bit more skill to land those headshots. Sniping is not easy, but I think it could be just a tiny bit harder. They should take away a bit of the aim assist on high impact snipers so that they take more skill to land headshots, but it would also be a lot more rewarding hitting those headshots. The shots you shoot from your sniper would not just stick to your enemy's head like they do when you have a longbow with hidden hand and a good scope. If you have a good scope and hidden hand on your longbow, it can really be deadly, and it can take out most enemies if you're a good sniper. I also think they need to bring up some of the other pulse rifles and make them more viable. A bit more viable slow firing pulse rifles, I think. Or they need to make them a bit more viable. Like the Spare Change, for example, it is a low rate of fire pulse rifle, but it is not that viable in PvP. It won't make short work of enemies like the Zero's PDX-45 or the Grasp of Malak does. I know Red Death was the meta at some point in year 1 towards the end, and it dominated the Crucible alongside Last Word and Hawkmoon and Thorn also. Those 4 weapons really did some work in the Crucible, but they were too overpowered, so they were brought down. Now I think the Last Word and Hawkmoon are in a pretty good spot. Thorn is not an option anymore since it was left behind to year 1, and the dot damage over time was also nerfed quite a bit. But Red Death was also nerfed to an extent where I thought it was almost stupid. It was very, very good in year 1, and now it is no longer a viable class or a viable weapon to use anymore. It should still be pretty viable, especially for it being a pulse rifle, which is dominating the meta at the moment, but they could bring the time to kill on fast firing down a bit and then not bring the medium rate of fire pulse rifles up, so that they would balance more out and both classes or both weapon types would be more viable. But what do you think? Do you think snipers should have, or high impact snipers should have their aim assist decreased a bit? Do you think high rate of fire pulse rifles should have their damage decreased a bit and medium rate of fire brought up? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you liked the video, please do leave a like. And if you like what you see, subscribe. I'll catch you on the flip side.